both of us have been affected by cancer very personally and deeply. My mom had cancer, my aunt had cancer. They're both survivors, and that just motivates me more and more every day. My name is Jake Adkins. I'm a senior on the men's ice hockey team.
I'm Andy Walker, senior forward. I play on the men's ice hockey team.
I grew up playing inline hockey when I was really young, living in Arizona, and then I moved to Colorado when I was 7 and didn't touch a pair of rollerblades up until the pandemic started. And when the pandemic did start, Andy Walker and I were living over at Peninsula Apartments, and it was just him and I day to day with really nothing to do until we looked on sidelineswap.com and picked up a pair of blades each for ourselves, and we basically put them on and never looked back.
I think I had blades on before I had shoes on, to be honest. That was my way of transportation, just around the house. And then growing up, I'd always play roller hockey with my brother. I kind of gave it a break when I came to college and throughout high school, I guess.
One day, Andy and I were rollerblading up and down Carson Beach, and we look at each other, and one of us asks, how much money would it take for you to rollerblade from here all the way to Los Angeles? And we go, well, that would take quite the sum of money, but us both being science majors, we kind of broke it down and looked at the logistics of it, and we're like, well, we can't really go to LA, that would be kind of ridiculous, so we shortened it a couple thousand miles and decided to go to his hometown in Mason, Michigan. And like I said, we calculated the whole route, and we're like, wow, we could actually do this, but nobody's just going to pay us money. We should do this for a special cause, something that means something really special to us, because we can get people behind us and we could start generating our own platform for an unbelievable cause. And both of us have been affected by cancer very personally and deeply. My mom had cancer, my aunt had cancer. They're both survivors, and that just motivates me more and more every day. So it kind of just is continuing down that deep root of connecting to my body and my soul, and it really means a lot for us to go out and do something for this cause.
I think American Cancer Society came through tuition when Jake and I really sat down. It definitely took a few days of deciding. It was during COVID, so our original thought was donate to COVID survivors or anyone struggling financially or medically. And then when we really thought about it, something that touched home was cancer. I think both of us have family, friends. I wish I had a few more hands. I could count everyone, but it's very unfortunate. And I think at the time, the awareness of cancer kind of dissipated, which we capitalized on and we recognized. So I think that was a perfect cause. Yeah, so we both sat down for a while and we both kind of made a list of names. I couldn't really think of anything that really caught. We knew we wanted something kind of cliche but catchy as well. And I think Jake was talking about Men in Black, and then
Men in Blades was kind of created as a spin on words on Men in Black. I grew up watching Men in Black movies. My dad showed them to me when I was little, and I always thought they were really funny.
We kind of both just decided that that'd be an awesome name to just do a play on words and something that people could really grab onto.
So we kind of just threw that together as a good catchy name and put on the tuxedos with the rollerblades as our logo, and I think that kind of was just a good comedic relief to have during the pandemic when everything was kind of gloomy and dark, and we just wanted to kind of shine a light on the world and be that spotlight that showed people, hey, you can go and do anything you want, and you can go be a shining light in a world like this. So that's how we came up with Men in Blades, and our goal was first to just create that platform and obtain a following, and then do all we can to raise money for our cause. Yeah, so it started out on campus, right out where the lighthouse used to be, and we started out with a news interview, which was really cool to get them to kick off our whole journey. And as far as the first day goes, we had people that saw the news story from that morning that were cheering us on, and it was really cool to see people supporting us in that way.
So I think we really drew it up a lot smaller than we thought. We had a foul car, and the most memorable thing to me was right when we left, the plan was to have the foul car stay right on our tail so no cars could blow by us or accidentally hit us. And we made it to the roundabout right by campus, if you all know where that is. And we look back, there's no foul car. We go about 5 more miles, no foul car. And the people following us weren't from Boston. They had our location, so we were real worried. People were skirting by us, and some people supporting us, and some not so happy that we were clogging the road. And I think 10 miles later, they caught back up. We kind of met up with them. The journey was going well, and then we hit our first 50 miles. We sit down. We're already exhausted. It's starting to sink in, and our team runs out of the car, and they're saying how many tweets they saw that we were mentioned in, posts we were mentioned in. One notably was Spittin' Chicklets, who has a ton of followers. And from there, it just went up. ESPN, Sports Center, CNN. It was one after another. But obviously, the awareness was the main goal, so that was awesome for us. I think the only thing that kept us going was individuals who reached out. I know family, friends are always going to support me and Jake as well, but I think it was people that we didn't know before the trip. They would reach out, tell their story, give us their support, and that's what really made the journey worth it and kept us going.
As the journey continued, it got harder and harder, obviously, for us, and more mentally and physically straining on us. But what kept us going was we had people reaching out to us on a daily basis and retweeting, reposting, doing everything for our accounts and just blowing up our event. And we saw the donations kept coming in, and oh, we just reached 10,000. Oh, we just reached 15,000. And you know, at that point, we looked at each other and we're like, well, we really can't give up. There's no way around it. We just got to keep pushing through. And the hardest part of the trip, I'd have to say, was I believe it was day 6. We were in the middle of Pennsylvania, which was our 4-day stretch, the longest state we went through. It was about 95 degrees outside, as humid as can be, and I am skating next to Andy, and I just start to feel a little bit off. So we pull over on the side of the road, and I collapsed and fainted. And as I'm laying on the ground, my teammates, the rest of the men in blades and Andy, they all poured water on me, poured ice on me, basically revived me back to life. And from that moment, I knew how important it was to be part of a team, and to understand the concept of teamwork really drove me to keep going. And I got up, and I was still really hazy. My vision was blurry, and Andy was just holding me up quite literally as I just drifted on my blades, and we made it through the whole day. And you know, it was just really amazing to see all the people reaching out to us, and especially people who are cancer patients, cancer survivors, and researchers saying like, hey, you guys are awesome, keep doing this. So that really just made it all worthwhile.
My worst experience during the trip was day 7, right after Jake fainted in day 6. I kind of helped him out. Day 7 rolled around, and I was not feeling good. I started throwing up in the morning. As we were rollerblading, he kind of just kept encouraging me, keep going. And then we hit the 28, 29 mile point, and I just couldn't see, couldn't think, couldn't hear, and we stopped because I just could not keep going. We kicked our feet up on a tree, and there's a photo that looks like we're laughing, having fun, but me and him aren't speaking English to each other. There's a video of it that's probably not postable. And we're just laughing at each other. We have no idea. I don't remember doing that at all. I think that was definitely my worst experience of the trip. Got a bunch of water in me, some food, kind of made it through that day, just barely. And then from there on out, I was just determined to make it to the goal. I kind of made it past that delusional phase.
Probably the best feeling of my life was getting to that finish line, seeing a lot of friends and family there. My whole family flew out from New Hampshire to go and see us, and we just had an awesome after party, and it was just a really warm welcome, and I really can't describe the feeling. It was it was like our version of the Stanley Cup. I was thrilled and relieved, and I knew that we had done something special, and I knew that we wanted to continue doing it, likely in other ways than rollerblading across the country.
So I live on the bottom of a hill. It's kind of a big cul-de-sac. So when we got to the top of that hill, which took us quite a while, knowing that it was all downhill, no more strides were needed, seeing all family, friends, seeing all the news stations at my house, my jaw just kind of sank. Kind of just looked at Jake, and legs were still wobbling, and I knew all we had to do was just keep the legs still and go down the hill as fast as we can. When we went down, everyone's cheering, and we kind of surpass everyone just from momentum. He goes into the grass and just yard sails, falls, and I didn't know how to stop, so I did the same. And then we kind of both laid on top of each other, just like, man, we made it. This is awesome. And we had an awesome after party with a ton of people there. It was just a great experience. It was really nothing I can really say to capture that moment.
So I think as the Men in Blades, we accomplished building our platform for raising money for the American Cancer Society. And more on a personal level, I really humbled myself, and I learned to be grateful for everything that I have in life. And, you know, even though I have a lot of family members and a lot of friends who have family members that have battled cancer, I know that I've learned we can all get behind the same message and really move towards the same common goal of getting over this. And I fight for a cure, and I fight for my friends and family who are battling.
I think the ultimate goal of the journey was to raise awareness more than just donations. In the big scheme of things, a few $1,000s isn't going to make that big of a difference, but the awareness is what's going to really make a change. I think everyone seeing us start the journey and even just talk about it really spreads awareness. Word of mouth, I think, is the greatest form of communication and best way to spread news. So
since our journey, the platform we built through Men in Blades, we've been able to coordinate a first Hockey Fights Cancer Night on campus last year on December 4th. My little brother, as part of the Men in Blades, designed the jerseys, which were really cool. He's going to do that again for our second annual Hockey Fights Cancer Night, which will be in November this year. And we also had a toy drive where we donated over 100 toys to child cancer patients at Mass General Hospital. And that was a really special feeling going there and dropping off all the toys. And this year, I think that since the pandemic has kind of relaxed a little bit, we'll be able to go in the hospital and physically meet the kids. So it's been really cool to have all this support. And every time we come up with a new event, I know people are excited about it. And it's really cool to have the whole school behind us.
I think we accomplished a lot. Obviously, we raised a decent amount of money, but I know so many people know what the Men in Blades are, but more importantly, know why we're doing it. I have people come up to me all the time that will mention UMass Boston to them, someone that doesn't know we're connected, and they'll say, oh, Men in Blades or American Cancer Society, and immediately they'll make that connection. One example, one of our teammates was flying in Florida and had a UMass Boston jacket on, and a stranger just said, oh, Men in Blades, which I thought was really awesome, just that awareness is out there.
So I want to leave a legacy as the Men in Blades coming out of UMass Boston. I want a couple of the guys to take over and just continue our platform. And, you know, it's something that we started, but it's something that I'd like to come back to every year as an alumni and continue seeing the 5K event that we have, and then continue seeing Hockey Fights Cancer Night, just an all-around community that gets behind important causes and build a culture that sheds positivity and just exudes nothing but good vibes. So the 5K that we have planned on September 18th at 11 a.m. is taking place on the campus center lawn, and it's going up the Harbor Walk to Carson Beach and back. So our idea of it is not only an exclusive UMass Boston event, so it's open to the public. Any friends and family are welcome to come. And we kind of wanted to make it a friendly competition between all the teams that sign up and all the individuals that sign up to see who can raise the most money, and kind of give the initiative out to other people and branch out our cause throughout the community. I think that it's going to be awesome to see people in a friendly competition. I know a lot of us that are joining are athletes, and that's something that we enjoy. Follow Men in Blades on Instagram. Link is in our bio to sign up for the event. We appreciate all the donations and all the people that are going to participate. We also have prizes for the team that donates the most, as well as individual who donates the most. And for the track stars out there, whoever's going to finish first, second, and third, we have prizes as well. So it'll be an all-around great day. We're going to be going from 11 to 2 p.m. We got music, entertainment, we have yard games, and we're working on food trucks. So keep your eyes peeled and stay in the loop.
I think the goal is just to have a great environment. I know after COVID, even now, it's almost kind of wishy-washy. Not everyone can get together and celebrate. Everyone's kind of getting back to reality, and it's starting to feel normal again. So I think this event will be awesome to get a ton of people from the community, whether they go to UMass Boston or not, just to come out and enjoy a great day. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone out there. I know I'm excited for it, so spread the word, and I'm excited.
As a senior, I believe that we create the culture, and I think that we need to start bringing positivity to campus and really connecting on a deeper level, and I can't wait to see you guys all at the 5K.